We are. We're perfect.
Number six, addictions. Addictions. You know, people do get addicted to alcohol, drugs, unfortunately.
Sex.
It happens. Yeah, is that really an addiction?
Yes, it is.
Now we'll get back to that. Number seven is abuse. I mean, there's verbal abuse, there's physical abuse.
Yeah.
I'm going to say this directly at the camera. Mr., Sir, man, dude, whoever you are, if you can't control your temper and who you are, better than you're doing right now, you have to lay your hands on a woman, you're not a man.
Boo him.
Boo. Now,
the guy that he's talking to. I'm not booing LA, I'm booing the audience. The guy that he's talking to, he needs to be booed.
Now, I'm saying this from a man's perspective because I don't like, honestly, ladies, I hate it when a woman says what a man needs to be a real man. How do you know what it takes to be a real man? You ain't no man. You know, but what I am saying is that we are honestly physically stronger and more powerful. And you can always walk away. And if a woman is pushing you to that point to where you feel like you need to hit her, because honestly, some of these women act like they want to be hit. They act like they expect to be hit. They act like they need to be hit. If a woman puts you in that situation, get the hell away.
Get out.
All right, okay, so and my last one, and we try to teach this to our kids. We have very poor conflict resolution skills.
Talk on that.
Real quick. I mentioned 8 things. Which one hits home to you, Joshua? My man Joshua, 22 years old, young man sitting there all polite, married, doing his thing with his woman.
Wife's at school.
She's at school. They got good relationship. So poor communication. Look at my list right here. Which one hits home to you?
I'll say the one that really hit home is poor communication. You know, not able to speak. Because a lot of women, what they do is, well, my age, between 20 or 21, is they have their little moments instead of just letting us know how you really feel.
Yeah.
Coming to us as a man and just talking to us, they just go out into that little snap mode. Like we supposed to know how you feel.
Communicate.
I cannot read your mind. I cannot know how you feel unless you tell me. I cannot read your body and your mind and your soul unless you let me know what it takes to complete a woman's essence. What it takes.
That's right.
What it takes.
What
it takes.
22 years old.
22.
All right. Before we go any further, we're gonna take a little bit of a break here. So we've got to pee and whatever. So pay attention to the little spots we got going on right after this. We'll be back with you in a minute.
Oh baby, you're too pure. You're too pure for this wicked world. Your data's uncorrupted, but does something skip inside you? That's what takes up time in your life. Add the sum of the slides, and sooner or later.
And we're back with Exposed with L.A. Williams. I said it again because I got a frog in my throat. Exposed with L.A. Williams. L.A. Williams production here with the panel discussing why relationships fail. Now, the next question I want to pose to this one of the panel is, all right, the issue of shacking up versus getting married. Now, let me throw a couple of stats out there before you all have at it. Christian, be ready because I'm starting with these stats. All right, now, a couple of stats from this is from the 2010 census now, so I'm not making this stuff. Census. They do it every 10 years, but halfway through the decade, they do a rough estimate. They do a rough estimate.
You got it.
Now, 8 out of 10 unmarried couples living together prior to marriage break up before the wedding, or after they get married, they get divorced. All right, 45% of cohabitors don't marry. Couples that live together prior to marriage are 50% more likely to get divorced. And a Penn State study reports that even a month of cohabitation decreases the quality of the couple's relationship. So Christian,
yes, sir.
Shacking up with your man versus marriage. Are you for shacking up? Does that work better for you prior to the marriage or not?
I don't want to get married. I would shack up way before I get married. Marriage is just,
Amen, sister.
You know what? It's easier to leave. And I know that sounds like an excuse, but I'm not trying to split everything up 50-50. What's mine is mine. What's
What's
yours?
yours?
Take it when you go.
You got it. I'm with
Now
you.
see if a man has that point of
I
view.
get that.
Hey, that's my. That's
Hey,
my
I've been there 4 times. I know. I'm with her on that one.
All right, Tony. Now, let's get to Tony here.
No, let's not.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Tony, now, ladies and gentlemen, you know, Tony's he's a close friend of mine. And he's been married 4 times and unfortunately been divorced 4 times.
Last time doesn't count.
Yeah.
Tony, shacking together versus getting married first. What has worked for you the best or the worst, or what are your thoughts on it?
My bad part was I shacked with all of them before, and it didn't work. But here's the catch. My first time was I was too young. We were too young.
Okay.
Second time, she decided she had to find somebody on the internet, whatever. Third time, we drifted apart. Fourth time,
Well, that was just a mistake.
mistake.
Can I
Thank
ask
you.
you something? Did you feel like getting married? It was just a piece of paper. It didn't change nothing, did it?
No, I mean I was there. I
But you
brought.
ended up paying for it in that divorce,
You
didn't
got
you?
it. You
Thank
got it.
My
Exactly.
point exactly. Why get married?
You got it. I'd rather have somebody.
Oh, go ahead, no, finish.
I agree what she just said because you can walk away with what's yours, what's hers, divvy up whatever. Unfortunately, in today's society, most of us got kids. Regardless if they're the marital part of the kids or acceptance, the kids get hurt is bad or worse than they end up.
They do, but
And it
hopefully
sucks.
you're adult enough to where you
Well, I
guys,
know.
you don't have to get through this big nasty divorce. Hey, you know what?
But
Do
the kids,
50-50 custody.
I know, but the kids.
Great for the kids.
But
I
it's
mean,
not always that easy.
My last one I didn't have no
it's
kids
not.
with.
That's the problem.
You know, she had hers, I had mine, so stuff
Kids
happens.
still are affected.
Kids are
though.
still affected, bottom line.
Oh, no, definitely.
You know, do any of these people ever consider what they're actually doing in the first place and what kind of commitment is involved? And I think that some of this goes back to what Brian had to say in the first place about really looking
Giving
at
of yourself.
ourselves and fixing
You're right.
ourselves, and what LA had to say about giving 100%
I gotta give you that one 'cause you're
and
right.
being a whole 100% person before you ever get into such a commitment, and what it all really entails.
If you can't
And
be
what
that
all
person
you went
before you
into.
get married, it ain't gonna work
However,
when you get married.
the we can all say, and I've even said, what does the paper matter unless what it is inside? You can have that kind of commitment inside, but all what it means in front of God and everybody else, and the sort of commitment that it really is, and are you mature enough, and are you ready, and taking in what all it all involves, and your children and your grandchildren and the families and everything.
So let me pose the question again because I really want a definite answer from everyone here. Is it better to live with someone first?
Yes.
Prior to
Definitely.
100%.
Socks, underwear, whatever the cost may be. You leave this, you do this, you don't do this, you don't clean up
You think
yourself.
it's better, but how can you refute these?
But,
things?
but you're right.
These are
You're right.
real. 8 out of 10 unmarried couples together prior to being married break up.
Yeah.
I want to see what the young man has to say about this.
Well, I do not believe that half of those things are true because what they are really telling us that we shouldn't get married, but they're not really not giving us no reason that we should get married. They're not giving us no things like for us stick through it, try to help your spouse, try to stay strong. Only thing that they're giving us right about now to my younger folks is don't do it. Just shack up. Just have fun.
I'm not saying
Because kids are going to
I'm
get
not
hurt.
saying have fun. My point is, I respect what you got going with your wife. And believe me, I don't care. My mom and dad were married 46 years before my mom passed away. Anybody can make the goddamn commitment and be there for longevity. I'm for it because guess what? It don't happen enough in today's society.
There you go.
I respect what you're saying, but isn't the problem in America today? And
It's not just women, it's not men.
please, I don't want to sound one of those conservative pricks that talk about traditional American values. But isn't some of the problem today is that we have gotten away from certain values?
Yes, sir.
I mean,
Yes, we have.
in the 50s and the 60s and times even before that, you did not live with this woman before you got married.
You're right.
Everything has gotten so loosey-goosey. It's okay to do everything. Yeah. What happens? Some epidemic like crack hits the neighborhoods in the 80s, and all of a sudden there's a divide. Because the kids that are running around out here messing up, that's because their parents got hooked into that game. So those kids were lost when they were Henry, what do you think about living together versus marriage?
Well, personally, I am divorced 15 years, and I do live with somebody, and I'm not married. And I'm kind of open to this type of point. And the reason why I say this is because I am not ready to marry this individual. Yeah, same you. I'm not ready to marry